米嘎，找到西狗狗，嘎来好到手回。我係烏龜，周公行棒哈。我的朋友十周你積極恭喜，他不是中高美中，哈哈，嘎来。他的藝術最強，哈，真是個騷。It's like they didn't even want to listen.
What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the courtroom with a bit of entertainment news to try and break up the non-stop onslaught of politics. I hear you. I read the comments. I'm not. I don't want to forget my roots. And we have perhaps the most hilarious deja vu in history. Look, I don't know if you remember Star Wars: The Acolyte. Hardly anybody does. But it was widely referred to and marketed as, embraced by the entire staff as, quote, the most, I guess, the gayest Star Wars in history. That's their words, not mine. Okay? The show featured space witches, scissoring, creating the Force or something like that. Nobody watched it. The show had an enormous $160 or $180 million budget. Just an absolutely enormous budget. And nobody watched it. It was canceled after just 1 year. Now Disney Plus is rolling out their next big thing. The thing that you're supposed to consume and then get excited about consuming the next thing. Okay, remember that? Well, first I want to talk about how did we get here? Okay, well, here's this interview. This is from The Wrap.
Arguably the gayest Star Wars, I think, by a considerable margin. This is going to be a talking point.
Is it? Star Wars fans didn't care about who these people, quote unquote. I mean, you're right. It was the gayest, but in the 90s sense. By the way, this is a woman who happily worked for Harvey Weinstein for many years, who put her lover or wife or whatever on the show, who's a terrible actress. The show was terribly written by a bunch of people who were more concerned about who was sleeping with who. And sitting next to her is Amanda Stenberg, who rage twerked on her Instagram. You might be thinking, what the heck is a rage twerk? Trust me, she did it. She wrote a song, which is basically like an art school whisper poem, and then rage twerked over it at the haters. Here's the thing. Any product that you put out, okay, there's going to be people that don't like it. Every video that I put out, there's going to be people that don't like it. Everything I do, there's not going to be, everyone's not going to love Coffee Brand Coffee. I don't know why, but that's true. Okay, I know it's shocking, but it's true. Not everybody's going to love everything you do, but you have enough people that like what you do to justify its existence. Coffee Brand Coffee has almost 100,000 customers at this point. It's growing every year. There's people that don't like it, but the people that do like it are far greater. The problem is these people will say, oh, you don't like it because it's woke. You don't like it because it features LGBTQ plus QIAA themes. That's why you don't like it. No, people don't like it because the show is hot garbage. But just look how excited they get when they hear that they get to push their propaganda.
This is arguably the gayest Star Wars, I think, by a considerable margin. This is going to be a talking point.
Look at her
Is
dance.
it going to be a talking point?
I'm sure some...
Because nerds are gay.
Well, some nerds are
What?
very threatened by gay
Well, that's
stuff.
true. But
Yeah.
in my world, nerds are gay.
Okay.
What? I mean, sure, there are people who are gay that like Star Wars. That's of course true. But I'm not sure that's the marketing I would go for. Now, trust me,
People
this
have
is how...
told me that it's the gayest Star Wars, and I frankly
You're offended?
into it. No. You're telling me with a straight face that C-3PO is straight.
They're a couple. That's what I think.
I think it's canon that R2-D2 is a lesbian.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Ask
No, it isn't. Again, this is what these people do. They have no actual, human qualities, okay? No human qualities. They're literal NPCs, and watch me prove it to you in real time. Here is a red carpet announcing a show that shouldn't exist. Huge waste of Aubrey Plaza, by the way. a show that, Agatha is a side character from WandaVision that was only popular because she had a meme face, a wink and a smile kind of thing, that went viral on Twitter as a meme. This is how Disney, like literally, this is how Disney makes decisions. Twitter bots. Think I'm wrong? The whole hullabaloo about Gina Carano tweeting beep boop bop was a bunch of Twitter bots. Think I'm wrong? They fired her and most people had no idea why. There were tweets getting hundreds of thousands of likes saying save the Acolyte after it was, of course, canceled after a single season. Where were those people? Why weren't they watching the show? Hundreds of thousands of people were liking tweets, were signing petitions to keep the Acolyte on the air. Why weren't they watching the show? It's because they're not real people. They're bots. They're like gender obsessed weirdos that have no personality traits. Now remember, I just showed you again. Just here's where we started. Again, of course, the show got canceled after one season, which was a huge embarrassment.
This is arguably the gayest Star Wars, I think, by a
All right, here we go to the red carpet.
I'm told, I've seen the first episode, but Agatha is the gayest Marvel project yet. Do you agree?
It better be, because that's what I signed up for. I think it is.
I hope there's enough gay people to watch it, because I know if I know Nerdrotic and Geeks and Gamers and Ryan Kinnell and the rest of the commentary community, this show is going to get tanked. By the way, that Star Wars girl too. Congrats on being pregnant and all. This show is going to get absolutely shredded before the first episode ever airs. Why? Because that's what they want to talk about. That Aubrey Plaza talks about her chemistry with Catherine Hahn. It will be a gay explosion by the end. I'm sure parents would love to see this.
The chemistry between you and Catherine in the first episode, I described it as Law and Order meets Basic Instinct meets Bound.
Go on. You're speaking my language. All of that. Yes. More. Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Get gayer and gayer as each episode goes.
Yes, darling, but I can't tell you how. I can't tell you anything. But yes, it will be a gay explosion by the end of it.
Who can't wait to tune into this? I mean, sure, a bunch of weirdos on Twitter will get excited about more representation, but the show's going to suck. Mark my words, because that's all they care about. Aubrey Plaza doesn't care because she got paid. Catherine Hahn doesn't care because she got paid. Disney will care because this show will flop legendarily. Because all of the press before the show's even out, I guarantee you, I'm probably not the first video we've even seen today about this disaster. How about this?
That Agatha is the gayest project Marvel has ever done. Agree?
I would agree with that. Yeah.
Why is it?
You'll see. You'll see when you watch it. But
Remember when they called it the gayest Star Wars? Oops. The very obvious reason Disney canceled The Acolyte, and it wasn't Toxic Dude Bros from Eric Kane. There's been much gnashing of the teeth over rendering of garments over the past week over the cancellation of The Acolyte by Disney. The Star Wars series will not live beyond its first season. A $200 million embarrassment, by the way, for the LGBTQ propaganda movement. And I don't have any issue with people who are LGBTQ. People want to be gay. That's cool. People who are gay. That's cool. People are trans. That's cool. Just, keep it away from kids and keep it out of my entertainment. Like, look, by the way, kids entertainment. So maybe Agatha, to be fair, maybe Agatha is for adults, for people who are, in their 30s or 40s. Maybe, hopefully enough of them will want to tune in to watch your gay explosion. That's their words, not mine. The show itself was not a hit, largely because it was poorly written, riddled with plot holes, had very uneven acting from its various leads, and looked cheap despite its enormous cost. While some outlets want to paint the cancellation as a win for Toxic Dude Bros and a fandom, as if no women could possibly have disliked The Acolyte, and others are saying its failure will cause Disney to try avoid new things. But we just saw this article yesterday where allegedly Disney was saying, oh, well, we need to make Inside Out 2 less LGBTQ, and the movie made $1.5 billion. Now you have every star coming out with every soundbite about how this show is the gayest show ever. How do you think, I was going to give this show a chance. I love Aubrey Plaza deeply. Okay. I think she plays the same character in everything she does, and I haven't really been super interested in anything she does outside of, Parks and Rec. But I watched her movie where she was like some, I don't know, criminal or something like that, where she tried to play the bad girl or whatever. She seems very likable to me. You don't have anybody on that cast that is like immediately has some baggage with them. The show is far too expensive and nobody cared about it. Okay, that's what happened to The Acolyte. By the way, you think I'm done with this?
You
No,
know,
there's more.
I think witches are queer inherently just because
Why?
we are outcast and like.
Oh, she's a witch actually in real life? She's a real witch? Is that what she's saying? I'm confused.
Like set aside for many reasons, and I think this show shows a really good representation of different types of people, and that we can all use the power we have within to like go forth and be great.
What does that have to do with who you sleep with? I mean, here you go. Agatha all along is about to give the gays everything we wanted.
So
there aren't enough of you, by the way, there aren't enough of you to keep a television show on air. You know that, right? Not one that cost $200 million.
the show has been described to me as the gayest Marvel project.
Imagine pretending you're this loser, right? And you're pretending that every time you ask the same question to every actor, it's the first time you've asked it.
To date. Do you agree?
I would say so, yeah. It's got
Why?
many layers, and definitely gay is one of them.
Is it? I mean, for someone like you started off in the business, you were in a gay show. Now you're in another gay show. It's like not new for you.
No, I think that's
Oh yeah, all the shows are gay. I can't wait to tune in, guys. I can't wait to cover this show. And its eventual obvious cancellation after season 1, where the LGBTQ mafia will claim that it was only ever supposed to be one season or that everyone's bigots. Look, in all these interviews, not one thing about the actual show, all about who the actors are sleeping with. Hard pass. Hope you enjoy another flop, Disney. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a like on it. If you haven't yet, subscribe or follow down below, and we'll talk to you again real soon.